Hello guys, here's Programming to Inspire and welcome to the second part of the Flappy Bird series. Let's create some new classes, a game, and put it in the game package. This class will have a constructor game and update method and render method. Now create a new class sprite and put it in the graphics package. And create a class renderer and put it in the graphics package as well. Open sprite class. Sprite class will represent our sprites. Every sprite will have a width and height and pixel array. Pixels. So we will create our sprite using a constructor. In the constructor we will put a path. Try buffered image. Image is equal to image io dot read sprite dot class dot get resource path. Width is equal to image dot get width, and height is equal to image dot get height. Pixels is equal to image dot get RGB. 0 it's 0, 0, width, height, null, 0, width. And catch exception E dot print stack trace. The other constructor will be used for creating a sprite of only one color, so we will put in the parameters width and height and which color we want our sprite to be. So it will be a rectangle of one color. This dot width is equal to width, this dot height is equal to height, and this dot color pixels is equal to new int width times height. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than pixels dot length, and I plus plus pixels dot I is equal to color. Is equal to color. That's it for the sprite class. Now let's go into the renderer. Renderer represents all the pixels on our screen, so we will have a few properties: private, static, int w is equal to Flappy Bird dot width, and h is equal to Flappy Bird dot height. We will also have a public static int array of pixels is equal to new int w times h, so the whole screen. Now some methods. First method will be public static void render background. This method will render our background. It will be one color, so we can make for int I is equal to 0, I is less than pixels dot length I plus plus pixels dot I is equal to 0x ff 6f c 5 cd. That should be blue color. Now the second method will be render sprite, that will render our sprites. So public static void render sprite s int x position xp int yp for y position. First check if if those positions are out of the screen for the whole sprite. So if xp is less than minus s dot width, or yp is less than s dot minus height, or xp is more than or equal to w, or yp is greater or equal to h. In all those cases we are out of the screen, so we can return. Now loop for int y is equal to 0, y is less than s dot height, y plus plus, int yy is equal to y plus yp, y position if yy is greater or equal to h, or yy is less than 0. Continue. So this means that this pixel is not on the screen, y position is less than 0, or y position is more than height. So we can continue this loop, and for int x is equal to 0, x is less than s dot width, x plus plus, int xx is equal to x plus x position, xp if xx is less than 0, or xx is less or equal to w, we can continue as well. If our pixel is on the screen, we have to make int color is equal to s dot pixels x plus y times s dot width. That will get the pixel from our sprite. Our color, now we will check if our color is equal to 0x ff00ff. That is a purple color, and if we'll have this color, we will continue. It will be sort of our alpha color, but we won't have alpha, so continue. So whenever this color is on our sprite, we just won't display it. Now let's render our color to the pixels array. And that's it for this class. Now let's go into the game class. Here we will call in the render method we'll call renderer dot render background, and after the render loop we will set our pixels, get our pixels from the Flappy Bird dot pixels I is equal to renderer dot pixels dot I. So every time we render, we will get our pixels from renderer class and put in the Flappy Bird pixels, which will afterwards put it in this pixel array and into this buffered image that we will render here. So now let's create a game class inside the Flappy Bird class. Public game initiate it in here is equal to new game in the constructor. Now let's update game, call game.update in the update method, and in the render method first we have to create a buffer strategy. Buffer strategy bs is equal to get buffer strategy. If bs is equal to null, create buffer strategy 3 and return. We have to return it, that's important, game.render. And now that we called game.render, we can afterwards we have pixels in our pixel array, and we can display our image. First we need graphics 2D object g, we'll get it from buffer strategy. So bs.get draw graphics and cast it to graphics to the object. Now g.draw image, image 0 0 int width times scale and int height times scale, and null for the image observer. Afterwards g.dispose and bs.show. Let's check it if it works, and we get a blue background. When we will want to render something, we have to call it in between here, and it will render and show. Now the frames dropped to 3000. Thanks you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.